Today is August 22nd, 2011. Earlier today, we were notified by District 4 supervisors advising that some kids, age groups between 12 and 13 years of age, were playing on I guess, an uncharted piece of property like kids do. Found an old barn, and in the process of finding that barn, came across some old dynamite. They were able to recognize it, told their dad, and then who in turn contacted us. We came out, assessed the situation, assessed the scene. In doing so, we discovered that there was probably 12 to 14 sticks of degraded nitroglycerin-based TNT, or dynamite. We'll start operations. Let's go this way. Sorry. We'll start operations here shortly. What we're going to do first is desensitize the dynamite by using a fuel oil. We'll take a couple trips on that. One of the technicians will go down there, spray it, desensitize it. Due to its decomposed state, it'll help it just in case there's some friction and whatnot for when we finally set a charge on it to consume that product. And that's pretty much where we're at. We're working our way back to an old barn back here. This is the barn, and this is the main entrance that we'll be going in. Here's your entrance. For the most part, the dynamite itself, at this point, it's probably 50, 60 years old at least. It's probably been sitting back here for a very long time. It's like anything else, you know, time forgot about it. It sits here, it begins to degrade. As you can see, it says DuPont, high explosives, dangerous. As you can tell, it's degraded to the point that if you look on the side of the shelf itself, you see that how it's highlighted right there? What happens is that the nitroglycerin comes out of that dynamite and begins to settle and it starts to drain off. So believe it or not, that shelf is also quite dangerous as well. That nitroglycerin will get up in there. We're going to consume all of that in the blast itself. Like I said, you got two options here. You can burn it, or you can do a counter charge, desensitize it, do a counter charge. The technician's going to come down, he's going to spray it, the box, the contents, the shelf.
Hold that light still on there?
With a diesel solution. And then from that point, we'll do that a couple of times, make sure it's soaked in real good. And it should mitigate some of the explosive properties behind it. And then on our end of it, what we're going to have is a counter charge that we calculate and consume that product.
We're not putting any pressure on the got it?
On my way.
Alright,
Log me down range.
Who's got the initiator?
I got it. Come out on the radio.
Give me the line, give me my initiator.
You can do it in the suit?
Yep.
You already put in the 6 o'clock?
Yeah, go ahead and let him know. Went down in the bomb suit, placed the charge, draped it over the top of the original container that we seen earlier. Great job by my crew desensitizing it. Charge went off as planned. It looks like very little fire. Fire got in there. Did what they had to do real quick and put that out. We're going to assess some of the damage. As you can tell, the suit's very taxing on the body, especially in good old southern Louisiana. So went down here, laid it on, set it up, came back out, ran the charge up. Had a little bit of problems with the shock tube, corrected that. It fired off on the next run. So let's go back and check it out. Hey, look, guys. Very little fire, if any.
Yeah, very little.
Very little. Just what I was anticipating, right? My assessment was on.
Yep.
All right. Looks like everything's consumed, that you can tell.
Yeah. You go back there and look at it.
I'm gonna take a final look. If y'all would, strip out your bunker gear for me, and then if I see anything flare up, but y'all feel good. It's no hot spots.
Yeah. Had a couple little sparks, but that was it.
All right, excellent. Chief, if you want to come on back with me, we'll do a final assessment. All right, as you can tell, a little bit of overpressure pushed some of the tin out, which we anticipated, but it also helped contain the blast. Gave it a new sunroof, but that's okay. It kept everything inside like we like to see. As you can tell, obviously there's going to be damage from the blast itself. However, you don't see a whole lot of fire marks. High explosive basically put out any fire that might have been present. And the very little bit that you've seen is probably some of that residual diesel that was burning off.
The only spot that had a little spark right here on top of the bench right here.
Which is going to be the closest blast area, which makes
And right back
sense.
over there where the next stack starts.
Yep.
And then one of the logs up here was smoking, but other than that, it was fine.
Good, good. Great
Wasn't
job putting it
flamed up
out.
anyways.
As far as that goes, just what we anticipated. Pretty decent blast. Overpressure in a building. You know, it kind of builds it, so you get them shock waves bouncing off the walls, forcing everything up. So these walls are pretty stout. If you notice, you got no damage. You don't have any damage to the heavy timber on the wall. You have more damage straight up, which is what we've seen during the blast itself. The structure is not sound, so I don't recommend coming all the way in. Matter of fact, we're going to roll out of here in just a second. But as you can tell, most of that blast was concentrated downward, and you can see that compressed.
Can you open the highway?
Yes.
Yeah,
Clear.
go ahead.